Hello and welcome to episode 63 of Champion the Gamer. I'm joined by JpsDarko, or Jamie, I just found out. How are you, first of all?
Yeah, good. How are you, mate?
I'm good, mate. This is going to be exciting for me because I've just mentioned to you now, your room looks amazing and I want to get into all of that good stuff.
Thanks.
But for someone that may not know who you are, which is, I can't imagine very many people, but let them know who you are and what you do.
Go by JpsDarko. I'll say why because that's Donnie Darko, one of my favorite movies. I was actually watching the movie at the time, thinking of gamer tag back in fucking Xbox 360 days, and that's what I came up with. So it's been that ever since. Um, this room has been 5 years in the making. I started collecting about maybe 2020, 2021. Um, just being influenced by everybody else on here, really. Biggest influence was probably Dylan, Retro Sega. Um, but yeah, that's about it. Don't know what else to say.
Well, no, because let us know about all that because I started collecting in air quotes around about the same time you did, I'd imagine. But why? Where'd you start? How did you go about doing it? What was the emphasis behind it? Any of that good stuff.
Yeah, well, I actually started this account actually started off as an art account. So I'm an artist as well. And I used to go by JPS Art Scotland on Instagram. That's changed to JPS Darko Art, but I've not actually drawn anything in years because of this. I just my mind is on this at the moment. But yeah, I started off as an artist on Instagram. I met tons of people. They influenced me to start collecting all my favorite games again. I started off with PS1 and then PS2, PS3, and I wanted to get all my favorite games again, like Resident Evil 2, Dino Crisis, a lot of them, and I got them all in bundles, really, really cheap. I've never actually spent loads of money on games. I've just bought and sell to get all this collection. Um, yeah,
Sorry to cut you off. Speak on that a little bit because people assume, quite rightly in many respects, how expensive it can be.
yeah,
Uh,
it could be.
Talk
Yeah,
about how you've sort of navigated that side of it.
I look for deals all the time on Facebook. Examples like the Mega Drive, the X32, no 32X, sorry, that's like £300. I got that in a bundle for £25 along with about 10 Mega Drive games. And like one of the games was Sonic 3D, and that's like £50. So that's the way to do it. Just keep looking on Facebook in your local areas. If you drive, branch out. Like the furthest I've been is Aberdeen. I went to Aberdeen for a big Game Boy bundle, and that had like Pokemon and everything in it. And I paid £80 for that bundle, but all the Pokemon games are worth about
Yeah,
£80.
yeah.
So it's definitely worth it if you could drive. Like Aberdeen from me is about an hour and a half, so a 3 hour round trip. It's totally worth it.
But even with like a Vinted or and back in the day an eBay or whatever, like there's loads of ways of getting stuff delivered as well, which is nice. And
Yeah,
I think what's important for me, I've always said this, is I'm lucky I've got a local I can go to that's quite on it with what he tries to get in for you. But there are places you can go, car boots, Facebook Marketplace. There's tons
yeah,
of places. You haven't got to go in CX all the time. I'm not dogging CX. I'm just saying like there are
yeah.
ways of getting stuff cheaper. So when someone sees the amazing room you have, it's attainable in a way that if you're diligent enough, you can accomplish it.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes you actually do get deals in CEX as well. Like the Miss sticker stuff. So the Metal Gear Solid 4 25th anniversary edition, that's about 25, £30. And I actually picked that up in CEX for £3.50 because they had the wrong sticker on it.
Right. Does that happen often? Because I know there's a
It
whole
does happen quite often.
yeah.
Like there's a creator on TikTok called Straps Gaming, and he recently just tagged me in a video because I done a video of unboxing the Uncharted collection, and he tagged me in his, and he picked it up from CEX for the price of the normal edition of Uncharted 4, and
Gee.
it's worth like 30, £40. So
Mm.
you do get deals in CEX.
I think people forget that even CX is they're just humans that ball stuff
Yeah,
up sometimes.
you
So
do get human
keep an
error
eye
in
out. Yeah.
CEX as well.
Yeah. Okay. Talk about. So you said about pick up stuff you really wanted from your childhood. And that. Where did you start in gaming? What was your first like go-to thing? You mentioned PlayStation. Like, was that your
Okay,
first
yeah.
foray into
Uh,
it? I don't even know how old you are, but like, what was your first sort of thing?
35.
Ah, fair play.
Don't look it.
You really don't.
I know people think I'm about 21. I'm like, no. Tell you a funny story. Um, Me and my wife were in Aldi and we got ID'd for paracetamol. I was like, oh my
Nice.
God. I was like, do you look 16? Guy was
No, my days are
mortified.
gone. My days are. I'm 35 too. My days are gone. I can't.
Yeah.
I can't claim it anymore. But yeah, where did you get
Yeah.
started? What was your first like foray into gaming then?
So my dad had Mega Drive, NES, and SNES when I was growing up. So I don't really remember them that much, but I do remember playing Sonic when I was like 4 or 5 years old. But when I started really gaming was when the PS1 came out. My dad's friend was a big gamer, and he had the PS1. And I went into his house one day, and he was playing Resident Evil 2 when I was 8 years old. And I sat down and started watching him. He was like, should you really be watching this? It's a bit scary for you. And I was like, no, but I'll watch. And like he played a load of hours of the game and just sat there like mesmerized by it. And then ever since, like Resident Evil 2, the OG has been my favorite game of all time. And it always will be. I've played it about 4 or 5 times every year since I was 8 years old. So I don't know how many times I've completed the game. Possibly well over 100 times. It's mad. I know every nook and cranny of the game. But yeah, that's what got me into gaming. And then that same year, 1998, I asked my mum and dad at Christmas time for a PS1, and it came with like Crash Bandicoot, Tomb Raider 2, the Resident Evil 1 and 2. Um, I think Dino Crisis was out at the time. I think that was maybe later. I'm not sure. But after that, I played that. I played them all of them. Just fell in love with the PS1. Yeah.
So you was tribal as what most of us were as kids, and like you're a PS like PlayStation kid. That's it. I play a PlayStation. That's mine. Did you ever touch the Dreamcast when it came out? Did you touch the GameCube, the Xbox when it came out?
Um, I touched the Dreamcast a wee bit. My friend down the road had a Dreamcast, and I played like Sonic Adventure 1 and 2, Blue Stinger. But I've never owned a Dreamcast, and still don't own a Dreamcast today. I want one, but I've just never found a good deal. I'm not paying like over £100 for a bundle when I probably won't use it that much. It'll just be a display piece, like all my stuff on the shelf there. I only really mainly play PS1, PS2, PS3, PS4, or PS5. But I did specifically buy an Xbox for Halo because a couple of my friends got an Xbox for Halo and I didn't have one. And we were in his house for a party. I can't remember what it was, maybe for his birthday. But they all had Xboxes together. They all brought their Xboxes and we had the LAN party. And that was the first time I played Halo. And I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. I've never had this before. So we sat and played Halo on a LAN for hours, the whole party. Like all the parents and everyone just sat down the stairs drinking. It was brilliant. So yeah, that was my first LAN party and it was absolutely amazing. So after that,
That's missing, right? That whole
yeah,
like community, yeah.
that
'Cause
is, yeah,
that's I didn't have the same experience as that in terms of getting Halo for the 360 for the Halo,
yeah,
but also or sorry, the Xbox for Halo. But I got the 360 for Halo 3, so I do have
yeah.
the same kind of vibe. Um, what are you gaming on day to day? You've got a great collection behind you. Then what are you gaming day to day?
PS5 mainly. Yeah, but I do dabble in the PS2. I stick everything in the PS2 now and again. And I did actually what's 2025, so 24. In 2023, I done a lot of streaming on TikTok, a lot, and I played like the Getaway, the Warriors, Scarface, all the Harry Potter games. I've still got them all on my PC. Well, the PC down there. My new one doesn't have anything on it at the moment because I got a new gaming PC and I haven't streamed on it yet, but I will. But come 2024, I was getting married in 2024. So I kind of stopped streaming, stopped creating for nearly a year because just planning the wedding is mental. So
I did the same thing.
yeah, I kind of just stopped everything, stopped creating. I done a bits here and there, but streaming was off the table. It was just too much. So I haven't streamed since. We got married in June 2024, and our anniversary was just there at the weekend. So it's been a year already. It's just mental. Time has passed so fast this past year. So I do want to get back into streaming maybe in the next couple of weeks or so.
Yeah, we got married in August of 24, and
Yeah,
I understand not the pain, the joy of trying to plan a wedding because it is
yeah,
manic. All right, so you've had your streaming past, and you want to go back to that and everything. What made you then just post lockdown decide, you know what I've done, and I want to get back into gaming. I want to try other stuff because I can see is that a PSP there. I can see an
PSP.
Xbox there. There's different stuff behind you, right? So
Yeah.
what made you sort of branch out a bit more?
Um, just deals that I find on Facebook. I'm like, if I see, like, I'm really savvy with the prices now. I know what things are worth. So if I see like an Xbox bundle or an Xbox 360 bundle on Facebook for say £50 for the console and a bunch of games, and there's games in that bundle for that are worth like £20 plus, I'll be like, I'll buy that. And then I'll just sit in the cupboard for ages or something until I do something with it. Like that wardrobe behind me is full of games, full of doubles. I've I don't know if you could see up there. Up there is all my rare games like Silent Hill and all that.
Okay, yeah.
I've got doubles of Silent Hill, uh, 3 and 2 in the cupboard. So I've just bunkered my webcam.
For those that can't see that on the audio, he's just powering around
There
to
you go.
even more of his room, which is great. Um, so how much of your collection would you say is like a piece to look at rather than play?
A lot of it. Um, I probably would never put the really rare games in the console because you never know. Like consoles sometimes cause a ring on a disc if it's fucked. So I probably wouldn't put any of the rare games in the console. I would probably just emulate them. But all the standard ones I would put in the console. I wouldn't mind because I've got loads of doubles in that cupboard anyway.
Mm. So I mean, because again, my calling card is always what I've played at some point, but I do understand the whole collector side of things, and people need to understand that like you are allowed to have stuff just to have it.
Yeah,
Like I hate people that go, "Oh, you're wasting it." So why is he wasting it? He's preserving it. He wants it. It looks good.
yeah.
He's got a paint on his wall. It's the same thing, you
I
know.
mean, yeah, that would go to like games that I've never played. Like I used to do little short videos, 7-second videos years ago before I was in the creator program. So I didn't really earn any money off of my videos. So all these 7-second videos, it would just show me flicking the box art around, and a lot of people would comment saying, "Have you played that game?" I was like, "No." "Have you played that game?" "Nope." "I've never played Bioshock. Like I want to, but I just never find the time." And one day, I done Bioshock, and the guy, "Have you played that?" A guy said, "Have you played that?" "No." And he was like, "You've never played any games in your room. Why are you doing this?" I was like, "Because I want to."
Yeah, and it's in better hands of the likes of yourself than it is people that trash them all the time. Oh, I play it, yeah, but it's on the floor, scratch disc that you're not putting away properly.
Yeah.
Like there is that, but there is that end of the spectrum as well to worry about. You mentioned the creator program. Now, I don't want to get into that necessarily, but like, what's your content about? What do you do now? Would you say?
Um, Posting mainly pickups. There's a certain creator on TikTok that basically has the monopoly of it, but I'm not going to mention his name because
He should not be named.
he,
Yeah.
he, he doesn't support anyone else. So,
Nah.
nah. But he has the monopoly. I do all that, and then people comment on your videos saying, "Oh, you're trying to be so and so." I'm like, I've been doing it longer than this guy, man. Come on. But yeah, so CEX pickups, any pickups really, and then showing some gameplay of some games that I want to play. Yeah, and unboxing. Yeah,
People that obviously I do know who you're on about,
yeah,
and he so I'm not hating him by any means. You crack on, pal. You make your money however you're going to make it. He's done
yeah,
a great job with that. But like one of his latest videos was like, how do I make my videos? Well, he spends like 4 hours a day in CEX and recording 10 videos at a time. So like,
yeah,
he's doing that because he's already got. It's what people don't understand. He's already got a business behind him. He's a
indeed.
PT. He's a PT, right? He's got all these other different businesses
Yeah,
that is paying for his time to be in there.
Yeah,
It's not like it's you, me, or like the regular average Joe, quote unquote, that's on TikTok making random videos. It's like found a pickup they want to get in CEX and made
indeed.
a video
Yeah.
about it. He's actually like scheduling these things in. He's got money there already, and insane. I really, really want him on here though. I want to chat to him about that because I want to get his
Yeah.
perspective on it. I
I
mean,
I genuinely don't think he would ever do a podcast.
I don't either, but I would love to have him on here because I just would.
Yeah.
Um, yeah,
Thank them.
I mean, if he's out there and he knows who it is, people want to message him, crack on with it.
Yeah.
I have messaged him, but there's obviously no responses there, so we'll see. Okay, let's get into more about who you are as a person and a gamer then. We can get back into you a bit later.
Mhm.
Um, part two is hot takes and solid debates. Now, have you got any gaming hot takes you want to throw out there?
I've got a couple. I actually wrote them down. A lot of people probably won't like this one, but
That's the point.
Skyrim is the most overrated game ever made. I don't like it at all. I do like Elder Scrolls, Morrowind, amazing, Oblivion, phenomenal, Skyrim, nah. Like I played Oblivion religiously. I'd done all the DLC on PS3 back in the day, and the DLC storylines were just amazing. And a lot of people don't like the combat of Oblivion, but I think it's fine. And then when I played Skyrim, I was like, this is totally different. The combat is different, the classes are different, the storyline is just. I didn't actually complete the game, so I don't really know the storyline out full. But I just got bored of playing it. Like I was maybe about 4 or 5 hours in, I got bored, put it off, went back to Oblivion again. And I've never played Skyrim since.
I need to be careful because I don't want to offend people, but I fully agree with you. I don't know about the most overrated of all time. It is for
My point.
darn certainty overrated. Um, I think, and I might on a return. So I'm on a bit of a hiatus right now, but I might make a return video about this. I think it's a Star Wars effect. I think Skyrim, because Skyrim's been out for how old Skyrim? Do you know how old Skyrim is?
2011, 2012,
Yeah,
maybe?
it's been out a while, right? It's had so many iterations and re-releases and different editions and
Yeah.
everything. I think the strength and the willpower of the fandom of
Yeah.
Skyrim is better than the actual quality of Skyrim itself.
Yeah.
So that in itself will mean it won't die. I call it. There's the same thing with Star Wars. I think the fans of Star Wars and the Star Wars like fandom whole thing
Yeah.
as an entity is stronger than the quality of the movies. If
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Agreed. Yeah.
I'm not saying they're bad movies. I'm saying they're decent movies, but the strength of the fandom and the way they'll defend themselves and
Oh
whatever
yeah.
is stronger than the movies.
They'll defend that game to the hill.
Yeah, and I think it's the same with Skyrim.
Hmm.
It's the whole get good culture thing in it, but
Yeah. Yeah.
it's what it is. So, have you got any plans to try it again and finish it and see if you got a different
I
viewpoint on it?
don't know. I've seen loads of mods for Skyrim, and some of the mods do look good. They've changed the combat and they've made it slightly like Oblivion. I think I seen a mod on Steam that basically changed Skyrim into Oblivion with the same classes and same combat system and RPG mechanics. So I might give that a go if I play it on PC, but I don't really play on anything on PC. But if they do give Skyrim mod support on PlayStation, then sure, I'll probably maybe give it a go if I have time. But
Because is it a genre that you don't really touch base with a lot anyway?
no, I do play a lot of the RPGs, but I mainly like Horizon Zero Dawn, Forbidden West. They're phenomenal. Stellar Blade was brilliant. What else have I played recently? I can't remember on the spot. But yeah, them type of games I do like.
Yeah, I
Assassin's
played.
Creed Shadows,
I
that
played.
was recently as well.
You say Assassin's Creed Shadows?
Yeah,
Yeah, I've not touched that yet because I'm a bit concerned if I touch it, I'll be stuck and I'll be
I platinumed it.
cycle. Oh, did you?
Yeah, it was a slog at the end, but it's actually a really good game.
Yeah, because I'm glad you mentioned Horizon as well because I played Horizon for the first time like ages ago,
Yeah,
and it was good, but I didn't really click with it and never finished it. And then I played it a second time, and it was like this is one of the best things I've ever played. I loved
yeah,
it. It was beautiful. Did you say you had a second hot take?
yes. And you'll like this one
Oh,
because quite a few people have said it. Red Dead Redemption 2. I don't like it. It's boring. I couldn't get past the first few hours in the snow. It was pointless.
Why
It's
is it a
just
few hours? I'm sorry. Why is it hours? That's what really gets my. I really hate it.
like I would be fine if it's kind of like a tutorial. Like my nephew keeps telling me to play it because he's like 20 now, and he's like, Red Dead Redemption 2 is one of the best games ever made. I'm like, I'll maybe give it a go again, but I just like the tutorial part of the game is just so long and boring. Like I think I got to I think it's a village or something called Valentine. And I was still on my horse after like 3 hours of playing the game, and I'm like, I've only shot like two people. This is boring. Oh, so
I've said this many times. I'm a hypocrite because I go into Witcher 3 10 hours or 8 hours, and I'm not given the same space to Red Dead Redemption 2. I just can't do Red Dead 2. It's just too long for me, too drawn
yeah,
out. At least in The Witcher, you're already exploring
yeah,
places. You're doing really fun little side quests already. That's before you get all the signs and stuff. But there's stuff to do. Whereas in Red Dead, it's like, oh, here's another trunch through some snow.
yeah. I mean, being this age
Uh,
and working full time, you need to
yeah,
pick and choose what you want to play. That's a long game. Like
yeah,
Red Dead Redemption 2, what is it, about 100 hours?
at least.
I don't have the time for that. Like I have the time for a game that I really want to play, but it'll take me about 3 weeks to finish it because I only get to play like maybe 2 or 3 hours a night. But I don't want to do that for Red Dead. I can't be bothered.
I'm gonna pick that point up in a minute because that's gonna lead perfectly into coaches' questions. But is there anything else that's like that for you? Where I guess it's kind of the objective. It's really good, but I just can't get into it vibe. Is there any games like that for you?
Um, Say that again.
So it's so like with Red Dead, we both
Mm.
agree that it's a good game, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But we don't vibe with it. It's not us. We can't be bothered to get the trenches done first and everything. Is there any other games that are like that where it's like we understand that they're really good objectively
Mm.
and whatever. Like Death Stranding for me is one where people love Death Stranding, and I
Yeah.
I get it. I suppose it's probably great. I just can't get on with it. Is there any
Yeah.
more games like that for you?
Death Stranding. I've never played that either. Ghost of Tsushima was one of them as well, but I played that was it this year or last year? I think it was maybe last year I played that and I thought it was phenomenal. But I just put that off for years. I wasn't really interested in it, and then I played it, and I was like, "Oh, this is amazing."
Mm. Because as you said about age, I've got less and less patience. So it's like I'm giving, to my detriment, giving games less and less chance.
Yeah, yeah,
I think I need
that's
to get out of that habit. Yeah.
good.
Okay. So let's, like I said before, go back to the point you made just now, and I'll go into coach's questions. So this is my chance now to ask two, three, or four, depending on time, for now infamous questions, and get your reaction. Now, you said about games being too long, not necessarily being too long, but games you can't get into because they are long. So one
Yeah,
question I had for you was the choice of a shorter game that's replayable or an 80 plus hour epic you can dive into for a few weeks. What would you go for?
a short game. Like I really enjoy linear story games. Last of Us. I know Days Gone is quite a long game, but it is linear. Um, Stuff like that. Uncharted, all of them types of game I absolutely love. I'll sit there for hours playing every game, and I would be done within probably about 30 hours of all the games. Whereas I could sit for 3 weeks playing an RPG game, and I'm just sitting there like, I just want this to finish already.
Yeah, I'm on. So I've been doing the Tomb Raider Survivor trilogy, and I've just finished number two literally yesterday. And
They're amazing games.
oh, they are. I've never played them before, but I'm going through them. So I'm playing. Is it Shadow, the last one? That
Mm-hmm.
next. So when I finish that, I'm then going to go on Skies of Arcadia on GameCube. But because I know it's a long game, I'm like, right, I'm going to have nothing else to play apart from that. So I
Yeah,
need
yeah,
to attack it. But it's becoming less and less of an option, really, because, like I say, time is a valuable
yeah.
thing. Um, and we can get into a debate about time versus value later because it's been overdone, but it's a thing in it. Okay, so what is something in gaming that you cared about 5 years ago that you don't care about now?
Online online multiplayer. I wasted so much of my teens. It's longer than 5 years, I suppose. I haven't touched an online game since 2017, I think, was the last FIFA that I played, maybe. And then Call of Duty, was it possibly Advanced Warfare or Infinite Warfare? I think the last one I played was one of them. I used to play them religiously, and I missed out on so many single player games throughout a 10-year period. I never played The Last of Us until PS4, the remastered version. So, like, looking back in hindsight, I wish I didn't spend so much time on Call of Duty or FIFA. Uh, I'm not going to put Halo and Gears of War in that bracket because I absolutely love them online. But in hindsight, just Call of Duty and FIFA are so boring. I don't know why I spent so much time playing them.
And in some cases, don't know about you, but you can spend money on them too.
Exactly. And Fortnite, it just that does my head in. I hate Fortnite. I've got two nephews. One of them plays single player games like me. I've got him into all of that. But the other one just religiously plays Fortnite or Mario Kart on Switch. And I'm like, play some good games.
Because I'm with you. Like lockdown was my time, but I was like, this is toxic now. I can't bother. This it's ruining my experience. I'm not playing games for the reason why I started to, which for fun.
Yeah,
Like we had a FIFA league when I was at university. Great time, but that was in 2010 to 2013.
yeah,
By the time I come to 2020, I was like, I'm an adult now. I can't bother this bit. It's what am I doing? I need to just. Like, I'm not saying you can't do that. I'm saying
yeah,
please go out and experience other stuff too. Don't spend all your money on FIFA points. Don't spend all your money on COD points. Like great
exactly.
narratives, great art styles, great um, innovative,
Yeah,
just mechanics. Go and find something that's different and new, and keep reminding yourself why gaming's fun because it can
exactly.
become a really toxic place.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Um, I'm trying to think which order to do these in now. Okay, so you've been playing a game. You play your old school games and whatever. And we know what save files are like. So how long can you leave a save file alone before when you come back to it,
Hmm.
but no idea what's happening and you've got to restart?
I've done that with The Witcher 3. I played about maybe about 10 hours of The Witcher 3, and then I didn't play it again for ages, probably about a year. Um, and I had to restart it. So I don't know, maybe there are other games I've done that with. I can't remember what, but I do remember leaving games for a couple of months and then having to start again. Simpsons Hit and Run. Um, Probably about 10 hours into that, I'd had to start again because I can't remember what I was doing. So yeah, I'll probably give it a couple of months.
I mean, I don't know if I can do it for very long now, to be honest with you. Even sports games, like I play 2K every now and then. And if I've not played part of the season for like a month or something, I'll always
Mm.
restart. Because I'm like, I don't really remember who my team is. So, have to
Yeah,
commit to that.
that
Yeah,
would be a good example. I used to play Football Manager a lot on PC,
my guy.
and I would play that for religiously for about 5 months. But when it came out, win everything, absolutely everything, and then stop. And then when I go back to it after a couple of months, I'm like, where am I? Who am I managing? I forgot.
Because you forget all the minutiae about like what you've told your assistants to do, or what training regime you got put in, or what
Yeah,
your targets were going to be, and like who your youth squad intake was going to be, and what the whole like stuff there to worry about. So I do completely get that. I'm a football manager guy
I
myself.
would have been finished about 10 seasons or something. And you get in all the new gen players, like the regens, and you see who your striker is. You're like, I don't remember having him. Where did I sign him from?
Yeah.
Start again.
Well, I have that with because I've tried some of the mobile manager games, ones
Mm,
that aren't licensed, so you get completely random names. And actually, I'm finding that in some ways it's actually better in a weird way, or as a side quest sort of thing, because you don't know who they are; they're just names, so you
yeah,
can remember them better. Um, is there a game or a game character you hate for zero logical reason?
I don't know if there was a zero logical reason, but Nico from Grand Theft Auto 4,
Oh, why?
I just, is it Nico?
Nico, yeah, the main guy.
Nico Bellic, yeah.
Yeah,
I don't like Grand Theft Auto 4. I thought Nico was so boring. And his cousin, let's go bowling. Let's go bowling. Every 5 minutes on the phone. I
but you
just
hate Nico because of Roman.
probably I didn't finish Grand Theft Auto 4
Oh
because of
man, you
that
got to finish
reason.
four, man. It's one of the best finishes.
Really? I
Yeah, I
don't
think it
know.
is.
I should have put that in my hot
Because either
list.
way, it won't spoil it, but either way, Roman gets hurt in some way, so it's quite
I'll
nice.
maybe give Grand Theft Auto 4 another go at some point, but I got bored of that as well.
I
After,
think
yeah,
I think you probably because you're the same age as me, literally. I think you probably come
yeah,
at the same time I did. So when the game come out, it was kind of like your next big game, I suppose, like it is now for six.
yeah,
Like it was so different in tone and art style.
yeah. It was more realistic.
Yeah, and so it probably took away some of the appeal because it wasn't as wacky. But actually, when you play it now, 'cause when did you last play it?
Oh,
A while ago.
when did it come out? 2008, something like
Yeah,
that.
something like that. Yeah,
Probably about 2008.
because if you play it now, I made this point before. I think everyone's got their nostalgic vibes on like Vice City or Three or San Andreas or whatever. But as a game, I think Four ages the best.
Yeah,
I think it's yeah, such a great experience now if you play it again, and a lot of people are now streaming it as well because it's got that same appeal to everybody.
I've seen some of the mods on Steam as well for
Yeah,
GTA 4, and that looks absolutely stunning. The
and
graphics.
I've said that I think Ballad of Gay Tony and what was the other one? The biker one. I forgot what that's called now.
Uh,
They're the two best pieces of DLC
I've
I think
got it
I've
up there
seen.
somewhere. Where is it? I can't see it.
Because there was those two, and then like obviously you got like, Blood and Wine and all that for Witcher
Mm.
and stuff. But I think there's a DLC there, two of the best DLCs you can get. I think they're amazing. So yeah, please
Maybe
do.
give that a go again.
Yeah, please do. Maybe that's your next stream. Maybe that's what you go back to. Um, okay. So is there a game that you simply can't get off your mind right now?
Uh, Not at the moment. I haven't gamed in over a week because I've been rearranging the room, downsizing a wee bit. But the last game I finished was the Precinct on PS5, and I thought it was really, really repetitive. But overall, it's a really good game. It reminded me of the classic GTA. Obviously a different angle. It's a wee bit more closer. Um, but the original GTA was meant to be called Racing Chase, and you were meant to be a cop. So to me, the precinct is kind of what GTA was originally meant to be, and I thought it was really good game. So say that.
Because are you said obviously like you're playing a lot of PS5 as your main go-to thing.
Yeah.
When do you touch base with your retro stuff?
Um, just to make videos about really. But once I start streaming, I'm going to set up my PS2 on here, and I've got an Arzopa screen. I just got that from Mike, the Yorkshire gamer. So I'm going to set that up above my monitor or at the side or something, so I can capture my PS2 onto the PC and then stream it. Because emulation's fine if people want to do that, but I would rather play it on original hardware and save it to my memory card for memories.
Have that jeopardy of losing the file
Yeah,
possibly. Yeah.
yeah. So coming weeks, maybe I'll start playing a lot of PS2 games.
Yeah, because when you said you stopped streaming or making content, frankly, for a little while because of
Yeah.
getting married and everything, which congratulations. But did it give you sort of a new perspective for the need for finding balance in managing your time, and did it refresh your batteries a little bit?
Yeah. Um, I was streaming maybe 2022, 23 almost every night. The missus at the time were probably getting a wee bit annoyed because I didn't really spend much time on. But yeah,
Yeah,
it gives you a wee bit more balance. Taking a break. You
because I've
need
always said,
breaks.
because I've always said, like you, like it's important for me. Like I would sell all this to have more time with her if that's what it took, sort of thing.
Yeah, yeah,
And so, I'd love my physical stuff, but if I had to have emulators or like the Ambernex, whatever you have to get to play these things, but that to
yeah.
go to spend more time with her, I would. And we work jobs that are kind of alternating times anyway,
Mhm.
so we don't get a lot of time anyway together.
Yeah,
So I'm never gonna use this as a thing to overtake time with her. And also, streaming's a big thing, and it does take energy to do it. So
it
if you're
does. It
doing
does.
every day or every other day or whatever, like I put the video out saying if you could be a streamer, could you actually do it? Because it's so much energy. But
Yeah.
what's your plan? And we'll get into you again later, but what's your plan going back to that? Have you got a plan on what games you want to do and then a schedule perhaps you want to do?
I'll probably stream the getaway and all that again. I'll just rinse repeat. Like a lot of people like watching the getaway. I played it 4 or 5 times within a week, and all the Harry Potter games. People love watching them. I think um, I think my biggest stream was the Harry Potter games.
Mm.
was like 300 people watching it. I was like, Jesus. So that's pretty much where most of my following came from, was Harry Potter.
Yeah,
Um,
Retro Help was saying that. He said like the problem with streaming is a little bit you can get pigeonholed really quick because
yeah,
he was doing Tomb Raider and it just stuck. So the second he streams anything else,
yeah,
they're
that,
hardly
that
any
that
viewership.
happened. Yeah,
Yeah,
I was streaming Harry Potter for like days, and then I switched to something like, say, the Warriors or Metal Gear Solid. The views just go down. And you're like, oh, okay, put Harry Potter back on. But it does get boring after a while, though. Playing the same game over and over. So you do have to switch it about and take breaks.
mm. And I'll ask you about that in a minute. But as we get into the spotlight section, this is your chance now to shout either creators you really enjoy, or if you're not comfortable doing that, that's fine. We don't need names,
Yeah.
but just give us an idea of the content that you enjoy and why you enjoy it.
Um, I mean, similar content to what I make. I enjoy seeing people go to CEX and seeing what they find, or seeing what pickups they get. So yeah, I do enjoy watching like little gameplay clips of old games. It inspires me to go and do gameplay clips of similar games or the same games. Because obviously TikTok is all about like copying other people. When people moan and say, "Oh, you're copying me," I don't care. it's, it's TikTok. Do what you want. But I'll get onto that just for a second. There was a particular creator a few years ago that tried to bully me into not copying her because I bought like Billy bookcases and all the same games. Like she inspired me to do all this. And then she put out videos about me saying, "Oh, I've got another creator on here copying me." I'm not going to name her because a lot of people know who it was because they've seen the videos. But it put me down a wee bit. And then a lot of people came to my defense and says, "No, do what you want. Just continue doing what you're doing. Just block them and get on with your streaming or doing what you're doing." So I did. And I've never spoken to her since. But I'm not going to name her, but a lot of people know who she is. Yeah.
Because I'll bring the age thing up again. I'm at a point where I don't want to spend days and weeks and whatever thinking about that toxicity on there. So
Exactly. Yeah.
are you almost like hunting content that is just informative, educational,
Yeah.
and because you don't have time for the downside, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
And then if you're scrolling through and you've got people that you think they're quite funny, they're quite entertaining, what is it about someone that would make you stay? If you didn't know who they were and you were just scrolling through and doom scrolling, and someone was doing what is it about them that would make you stay and watch?
If they are showing their face and talking in the video and just showing something that I like PS2 or PS1, like there's a lot of creators that I've seen recently, like just starting out, and they've got really cool setups. Like they've been collecting for years, but they've never made any content. And I've just gave them a follow straight away and a wee comment because I like what they're doing. People done that for me way back when, so I like doing that for other little guys, little creators. So helping other creators get to where they want to be is what I want to do as well.
Because how much content would you say you sort of consume? Is it a lot? Are you
Um,
making yours and jumping offline, or are you
I used
skipping a
to
lot? Or what's the?
I used to doom scroll a lot, but I got away from that. I don't really follow the for you page a lot. I mainly look at the friends or followers. Um, but when you look at the followers, I think you get snippets of what other people follow as well. So, for example, a creator comments on a video that a person you're not following, you might see that video as well. I think that shows up on followers on the for you page. I can't remember, but it's good to see what other people follow as well.
Have you heard that? Did you hear that just now? There's a big bang because something fell off my top. No, I get that because the for you page is great, but also you do want to support and watch who you want to watch because you follow them for a reason.
Yeah.
Flip it now and do the bit no one likes, which is why I like it. But why should someone be following you?
Um, Nobody has to follow me. Just I'm who I am. I collect what I collect. If you like PS2, PS1, all the nostalgia stuff, then yeah, follow me, get to know me. I'm quite laid back, a nice person. So
That's what I was going to say. You've got a really chill vibe.
yeah,
You've got this. I don't know what the exact number is now, but you've got obviously quite a following on TikTok in
yeah,
particular.
just at 26,000. Obviously I took a year and a bit off, so maybe would have been more than that, but I'm not too bothered. I'm not really bothered about the following. I want a community to engage with, talk to on a daily basis, and I'll get to that in a second with the spotlight of who I want to like say. But yeah, just creating a community and talking to people daily is what I really want to do.
Yeah, because I was going to say that about yourself. Like you've got, and I'm glad you've got some names there as well. But I'm glad that you've got that perspective where you want to create a community because, despite the fact you've got the 20,000+ followers, it does feel that way. It does feel like you are earnestly wanting to engage people you enjoy engaging with and that have similar interests and everything. Because it's easy for someone to get lost up in a follow account, and I feel like if you had 2,000 or 1,000, you'd be the exact same person. Because
Yeah,
obviously people are following you for a reason.
yeah,
It isn't like obviously you can't buy, you can promote certain number of followers, but like they've come for a certain reason, so it must be there for a reason. And I think one of those reasons is the fact that you are so earnest and chilled and
yeah.
welcoming. So that's a credit to you.
Exactly. I don't really want to fall into the trap of chasing numbers. Like a lot of people just want followers, and like they go up, 27,000, 28,000, 29,000, 30,000. Oh, and I want more. I don't care. I want to meet people and create content because obviously once you get over the 10,000 threshold, it doesn't matter whatsoever how many followers you have after that because you're in the creator program anyway. And whether you have 10,000 or you have 100,000, if your video gets 5 million views, you're still making the same amount of money as the person that has 100,000 followers that gets 5 million views. So it doesn't
I
really
think it's good.
matter.
It's good to hear that for those that aren't really aware, because I've had a few people on here that are in the program or that have got aspirations for it, which is great and everything, but it's not necessarily a known thing about how it actually works.
Yeah,
And it's informative to hear that. Like I say, if you're on 10,001 followers and you get a video that's got 5 million views, you're going to get essentially the same amount of revenue as someone that makes or has 50,000 or 100,000 followers.
exactly. Yeah.
You know, so is that before you get into obviously you said about people you want to shout out and stuff, which is great, but have you got any goals and stuff for your page, or are you just sort of going as you go and post what you post?
Um. Well, obviously, this is my first podcast. I've never done a podcast before. I do want to do more. So I don't more podcasts. Put my face out there a wee bit more, gain a bit of confidence because I'm actually quite a shy person. I don't really go out, make friends. Like I do have a few good friends, but I've not seen them in over a year. I've not seen them since my wedding in person, but I do speak to them like daily because obviously we don't live in the same city, so and life gets in the way.
And do you feel like when you put, because I did this chat with certain people about the camera debate about whether you need to put your face on camera and stuff like that. I
Mm,
find when I do stuff on camera for TikTok and
yeah,
everything, I don't have a confidence problem in the sense of me doing it. If anything, it gives me confidence because
yeah,
I am
yeah.
uncomfy. Do you feel like doing that gives you confidence? Making content gives you.
Because yeah, I mean, before coming onto this podcast, I was shitting myself. um, like I was really nervous, but now I'm fine. Um, Once you start putting your face out on TikTok and doing videos and people engaging with it, you gain a bit of confidence and people start commenting on it, and you're like, okay, maybe I can do this. Yeah,
Because that's one thing I want people to realize is do what you do. If you want to do
yeah,
like Game Boy Customs is a great example because he's got this amazing content, does amazing streams. He's really, he's got his own platform and
yeah,
lane, but there's no camera though. He doesn't need it. He's so good with his words, entertaining without the need of a camera on his face.
yeah,
But not everyone's like that. If you can put yourself out there, because I
mhm,
think it would give the person confidence
yeah.
himself.
If you can, then do it. Yeah,
Yeah. So I'm behind you. And you said about people that you want to sort of give some spotlight to. So let's get into that. Who have you got on your list?
yeah. So obviously, I've been doing this for 5 years now, and back at the start, when TikTok was there was hardly any retro gamers on TikTok at the time. I met Dylan, obviously Retro Sega, and Mike, a Yorkshire Gamer. I actually met Mike first of all on Instagram because he done his 3D frames, but he wasn't called the Yorkshire Gamer then. He was LP Smitty, I think it was, or Smitty Frames. Can't remember. Sorry, Mike. But yeah, them two are mainly the people I speak to, and El Mundo as well. El Mundo's retro game. He's brilliant. Steve, I speak to almost every day. He's a good guy. And somebody that isn't really on TikTok that much, Super Mega Retro. I met him about 5 years ago. I speak to him nearly daily, more than those guys actually, because we've got a group on Facebook, like a retro gaming group on Facebook, and we're admins in there. So we speak really daily on there. So Super Mega Retro, he's a really good guy. I think you should get him on the podcast. You would be up for that.
I want El
But
Mondo as well, by the way.
hmm?
I want El Mondo as well, by the way.
Yeah, El Mundo's great. I'll ask
Yeah,
him again.
yeah, please
But
do. Please do.
a few other creators I've met recently that have come on the app that are new. Like there's Retro Beans. He's a really good guy. Makes awesome content. Spoke to him a few times. Liam Retro Revisit. Yeah, he's brilliant. I got speaking to him quite a lot recently. And obviously we've got in name terms. Like I know his name now. He knows mine. And he was on about coming up to Scotland. He was like, "Oh, we should meet up." I was like, "Yeah, that'd be brilliant." And Jordan, 8-bit barber, amazing guy, brilliant. His streams are so brilliant. I don't even like Spiral, but I watch it. But Jordan and his streams, because he talks and gets the chat going, he's a funny guy. So yeah. Anybody else? And I have to mention Barrowland Retro Games. Jim, he's a legend. He's hooked me up with a few games. I've been there once, but I'm going again soon, and we're going to do a big trade, so I'll do videos on that. But Jim's a great guy in the community. He's obviously hooked Mike up and Dylan up with games that they want, and like he's so generous. He donated Mike Haunting Ground for his charity stream, and that's a really expensive game. That's like £150. It's insane. So really generous guy.
You said about being generous. Like one of your last posts, you put a massive stack of stuff, didn't you?
Mm.
That you're getting rid of. Do you
Yeah,
want to elaborate on that? Do you want to explain that a little bit? Are you actually getting rid of them? Is that what the plan is?
selling them, but I won't sell them for full price. They're all like the non-exclusive Xbox games I'll get rid of. I would give them away for free. But I have given a few people things for free. Like there's Steggy Perkins. I gave him Xbox games. I gave Mike the Metal Gear Solid cheats disc. So yeah, there are a few. I don't mind giving away things for free if it's like not much, and it's just being generous, helping some people out.
And I guess it's dare I say easier if you've got the diligence there already of finding stuff for cheaper because you've
Mm,
already gone out and hunted stuff that's cheaper and you found deals for yourself and done that work
yeah.
early doors. Um, so with your page, you've got this like a certain aesthetic and a certain vibe for yourself and everything. Is there anything that I guess it's a goal, but anything you've not done yet that you really want to try
Mm.
or stuff you might want to veer into at any point?
Um, Not really. Not too sure.
Because I'm just thinking you'd be class at doing general game reviews, I think.
Yeah, maybe. I would
Yeah.
maybe give general game reviews a go. I do give game reviews in Facebook posts on my Facebook page. It's just JpsDarko as well. Um, but that's just words. That's not a video or anything. But I might do videos later on. So yeah, game reviews. I wouldn't do VR. I tried VR once. I was sick. So I wouldn't do that again. But that's probably about it.
That's fair enough. It's also good to know that you're comfy in who you are because that's not always
Yeah,
easy for someone to achieve that. So I'm pleased that you sort of found that lane for
yeah.
yourself. Um,
And I've actually forgotten to shout out a couple of people that I wanted to. So Kilted Aphrodite, she's a great creator. She's pretty recent. She went down to the London gaming market and took her PS1 and portable monitor and started and played the PS1 all the way down on the train. That's amazing. That's absolutely brilliant. And Holly Retro, she's great as well. And Old School Gamer, like they three have been awesome in the community so far. And I don't think the women in the community get enough shout outs. So yeah.
No, I had Harley and Holly on for a roundtable on it. I said to them about like Harley's histories and stuff like that, and it's so class to see those because, like you say, there's not enough. There's a lot of diversity, but you don't always see it.
Yeah.
I had that disabled gamer girl on. I'm hoping gonna have a review on soon as well. But that's not shared about enough either. The
Mm.
disability and accessibility side of the game. There's a whole host of things out there people just need to go and find because it is out there. Doesn't get enough love. Um, Before we finish, there, my friend, it's been great. Is there anything you want to finish with?
Mm. Um, no, I don't think so. Just obviously, I'm JpsDarko on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and I do run a retro gaming Facebook group called Retro Gaming Nexus on Facebook. It's growing. There's a lot of good people in there, but they like a lot of them don't have TikTok. So if you're actually on Facebook, then jump in there and engage with them as well, because you'll meet a lot of nice people, and they might. I don't know if they're creators as such, but some of them are also on Instagram. So obviously, there's a lot of people talk about TikTok, but there are other creators on Facebook or Instagram that you might want to meet because they're cool people.
I'll definitely grab that from you and put it in
Yeah.
the description because that's worth sharing. Yeah, you've been episode 63. I'll catch everybody on the next one.
Brilliant. Thanks very much for having me, Marv. I'll see you again soon.